Hello, Miss Steele here. This week we are talking about shape and line. For this project, we're going to focus on line. Here is an example of what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be drawing lion faces and then working on some lines on the outside. I did these ones just straight, but I think we're going to try some crazier lines. So for this project, you want a piece of paper, a pencil, an eraser, a black marker or a black crown, and then something to color with. And I have crowns for this. So what we're going to start out with doing is drawing our lion's face. And we're going to be using a lot of shapes for this. So what you want to do is in the middle of your paper, we're going to draw our first eye and then our second eye. So to draw the eye, what you can do is you can either do a circle or I like to do a lemon shape. So to make my lemon shape, I start out with one curved line and then I draw another curved line, just like that. And then right next to my eye, on the other side of the paper, I'm going to draw my next one. So I'm going to draw one curved line, and then another curved line, just like that. So you can see the two eyes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw the inside of my eyes. So I like to draw a circle, just like that. And then inside my circle, I like to add some highlights on my eyes. So I like to draw a big circle and a little circle, just like that. What we're going to do is from the top of our eyes, we're going to draw a line like that. So our lion can kind of have eyebrows and eyelids. I might bring this one down just a little bit because I want them to match. Now we're going to move on to our nose. So for our nose, what we're going to do is in between our eyes, we're going to draw two straight lines going down. We don't want to go all the way down, but about as long as our finger. In between here, what we're going to draw is one bump going to the middle and our next bump. So now we have two bumps. And then we're going to go towards the middle like that, and we're going to connect it. So I drew my first bump, then my second bump, and then I did a little dot so I knew where the middle was, and then I connected it for my nose. Now what we're going to draw is two curved lines for our smile. If you want, you could even give your lion some teeth. I don't have teeth on this one, but I think I'm going to add teeth on this one. So now what we want to do is right here next to our nose, we're going to draw some whiskers for our lion. So I like to draw just curved lines like this coming out. So some straight curved lines for our whiskers. And now we have the face of our lion. And what we're going to do is we're going to add lines all around to make the lion's hair, to make the lion's mane. But because this is in pencil, I want to go over these lines using either a black crown or a marker that's black. That'll make it look more finished and a little bit fancier, a little bit nicer. So what I do is I start going over my pencil lines, tracing them. So that means I'm going right over them, and I'm trying to follow them the best that I can. And then for my eyes, what I'm going to do is inside my big circle, I'm going to color it in black. So inside here, I'm going to color it in all black. Just like that. And I'll go over this eye. And then I'll color it in black. On my nose, I'm going to outline it and color it in black. I'm not going to color in my teeth, obviously, because I want his teeth to be white. But his nose, and the inside of his eyes can be black. I'm going to finish outlining this, and once I get done outlining it, I'm also going to take my eraser and hold down my paper and try to erase any pencil lines that are hanging out. And that makes our artwork look more finished if we go back and kind of clean it up. Just like that. So I'm going to finish outlining and then erasing, and then we're going to move on to the lines around for our lion's mane. So I have everything outlined, and then I went back and I erased all those pencil lines that might be hanging out just to make it look a lot nicer. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my crowns and I'm going to start adding in some different lines around. There are so many different lines. Here are some examples of different lines. Straight, maybe you have a line of dots or dashes, wavy, zigzag, swirly, kind of castle. For this one I did a bunch of little swirls. This one's really bumpy. This one almost looks like waves, maybe lightning. You can even make up your own lines if you want, but I want you to try at least 3 different lines. On this one, I used a lot of different colors, but you can use what colors you want. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my first color, and I think I'm going to make this one kind of more realistic. So I'm going to grab some browns. You can make yours super colorful, or you can just use kind of normal colors like browns and reds for your lion. And I think what I'm going to do is start out with straight. So I'm going to go around and start adding some straight lines all around the face of my lion, using this brown. And that's going to be the first line I try out, is some straight lines like that. Now I'm going to pick a different color and I'm going to try out a different line. I think I'm going to do wavy lines. And you can make your lines on top if you want. They should be overlapping a little bit. And so I'm going around and now I'm adding in some wavy lines. And I'm just kind of drawing on top of the other lines because it's supposed to look kind of like hair. And hair definitely overlaps, so that's okay. You can draw your lines in pencil first if you want, but I'm going to go straight in with crown. So now I have some wavy lines. I'm going to go back with a new color, and I think I'm going to add in some zigzag lines. So I'm going in and adding in some zigzag lines, and that will be my 3rd different kind of line. So you could stop there if you wanted and keep adding in more hairs using the 3 different kinds of lines. But I think I'm going to use even more than 3 different kinds just to try it out. I'm going to keep adding in my zigzags, and then we'll move on to our next line. So I went in and added in a bunch of zigzag lines. Now I'm going to try some swirly lines. And I'm going to keep going around with these swirly lines, overlapping them on my other lines. That's okay. And then I'm going to try another line after this. So I'm going to keep adding swirly lines. And I think I might add in another type of line. And then we'll see what it looks like whenever it is all done. You just want to keep going around and adding lines until it's really filled in, until it looks like a lot of hair. You can see on this one, I added in a ton of lines. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a few more different kinds of lines. I think I might use this line. And I think I'm going to try to do this line as well using some more colors. And we will see it whenever it is all finished. Alright, so I went back and added all different kinds of crazy lines to this. And now I have my lion's face and I have these crazy lines around. If you wanted to go back and color in your lion's face, you could do that. But I think I'm going to leave my lion's face just white, just so those lines really stick out. I can't wait to see how your lion faces using all different kinds of lines come out. I will see you guys all next time. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, your evening, your afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Bye.